We know that suicide has impacted our community, and anything that we could do to prevent that from happening is a no-brainer for me. Our students have adapted to a new environment, a new world, essentially, and that requires different sets of skills. As we return students to campus, it's going to be vital that teachers know how to support students who might be in crisis, and have the language is so important in helping stabilize a student who might be having mental health symptoms. What's great about youth mental health first aid is it normalizes the experience and it helps create language so that we can connect with the student and that we are calm ourselves in a crisis situation. And so the training walks through that, and it's comprehensive, and it normalizes what is mental health. It normalizes that, we all experience mental health, and that we all don't need to be a trained practitioner to be able to support someone in crisis. But it's important that we have the language and we have the skill and the ability to seek help and bridge that gap. And I just had this moment of pause of, this is why we do what we do, because it's about connection and giving staff the language to connect with students in a way that's meaningful, that's authentic, that's genuinely about connecting and caring for the child.
We all want our kids to find happiness and success, whatever that definition of success is for them. That was one of the primary things that drove me to starting Balance in Mind, was just seeing how much mental health is adversely affecting our kids right now.
I work for Balance in Mind, which is a group that works to raise awareness about youth mental health and empower parents and build a community where youth thrive and grow up to lead happy, successful lives. I want other parents to know. I want them to know what's going on. I want them to be informed, and I want them to not feel alone. These things are happening in our community, and people are experiencing them in isolation because they're nervous about talking about it, or they're afraid people could find out and it could damage their kids' reputation or something like that. And so not only are the kids suffering in silence, but the parents and the families are too. This is going to be even more important than ever, because we understood a lot of the factors that were contributing to the mental health crisis among youth in our community, and it was easy to see how those things probably were going to be aggravated. The isolation, the distance, the absorption with the social media, all of those factors were just going to probably accentuate the problem and not only make it more important, but also harder to provide the connections that we felt like could be part of the solution to some of the problems.
So when the pandemic hit, we already had Zoom and had a 3 or 4 months experience doing webinars. We pivoted and started doing weekly parent chats at that point. And we started with having a teen interview a mental health professional about issues they were facing.
It's very serious, and it's not necessarily sort of bubbling up to the level of public consciousness. So that's part of what we're trying to do with those webinars. So I am really excited about the possibility of bringing people together in person again at some point next year, because I really do feel like it's those personal connections that can really be transformational in terms of, it's one thing to give people information, and that's powerful. Information is very powerful, but in order to really work with some of those things, it takes more than hearing it for a single time. Sometimes it takes being with other parents in a workshop setting or something, so that they can really kind of process and do some work. That's why I'm so passionate about being a conduit of information, so that I can help more teachers and people in the district have that confidence and that awareness so that they can be those eyes and ears and get kids help if they need it.